But why were you never a guest on Ellen's show during its 20-year run? Were you really never?
Never.
Did they not ask?
No.
Really?
No, like we had a little bit of a weird thing, and after my show went off the air and hers was coming on the air, Larry King was on with Ellen, and he said, "Whatever happened to Rosie O'Donnell? Her show went down the tubes. She came out as a lesbian and disappeared." And Ellen said, and I'm quoting, "I don't know, Rosie. We're not friends." And I was in bed with Kelly, and I went, did I just hear that? Or was that like a hallucination auditory voice in my... No, and that's what happened. And it hurt my feelings like a baby, and I never really got over it.
Mind you, still in the early 2000s, Ellen was blacklisted. Rosie O'Donnell is one of the only people that stood by Ellen after Hollywood essentially kicked her out and hoped to never see her again. I've gone through 3 friendship breakups in my life, and when someone brings up their names, I'm suddenly at a dock or a pier. My cardigan is swaddled around me. I'm smoking. And I'm like, so-and-so. I haven't heard that name in years.
30 years of friendship ended with a single sentence on live television. Rosie O'Donnell spent decades around Hollywood's biggest names, and now she's speaking about the industry, Ellen DeGeneres, and claims surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's social circle. Rosie has often said Hollywood was nothing like she imagined. Instead of glamour, she found excess, hidden behavior, and powerful people protecting their careers. Over time, she watched celebrity culture crack under that pressure. When Ellen's daytime show became a huge success, Rosie says everything changed. Ellen gained access to elite circles, traveled by private jet, attended exclusive events, and drifted away from longtime friends. Rosie says she noticed it, but stayed quiet for years. Then came 2004. During an interview with Larry King, Ellen was asked about Rosie after Rosie's show had ended. Instead of showing support, Ellen replied, "I don't know Rosie. We're not friends." Rosie later described that moment as one of the most painful experiences of her career.
And that was like one of the most painful things that ever happened to me in show business in my life. I did think that she was all of a sudden in the position I was in, where she was starting a show and wanted it to be successful and get the money and the accolades that came with it. And instead of deciding to stand next to me and hold my hand, which is what I did to her, she did the opposite. And I couldn't believe it.
From that point on, Rosie says she stopped feeling the need to protect Ellen or stay silent about what she believed she had seen. For years, Rosie watched Ellen build a public image centered on kindness. But she says the hurt never faded. "The way she treated me must be the way she treats others," Rosie said. "I felt very betrayed." Later, Rosie moved to Ireland and shared an Instagram post featuring a photo of Jeffrey Epstein, along with a lengthy statement. Many people interpreted the post as a sign she was ready to speak more openly about powerful people connected to Epstein's circle. Ellen later reshared Rosie's post with the caption, "Good for you, Rosie." After years of distance and their public fallout, the gesture surprised many people and sparked fresh discussion. As additional court records and investigative materials related to Epstein became public, Ellen's name appeared in the broader collection of documents that included hundreds of public figures. Being listed in those materials does not, by itself, indicate wrongdoing, but it led to renewed public questions and media attention.
About children and women. And those are the people that I always wanted to protect and take care of. And so if I'm remembered for that, that will be a life well lived to me.
Critics also pointed to accounts from former employees and others who claimed Ellen's off-camera behavior did not match her public image of kindness. Those allegations received widespread attention, while Ellen has addressed criticism about her workplace in the past. Another moment that drew attention involved an interview with Sandra Bullock. During the conversation, they discussed a skincare treatment, with Sandra jokingly explaining, "It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away. It's from a Korean baby." The remarks were presented humorously during the interview, but the clip later spread widely online and sparked debate.
Explain what it is.
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
Looking back, many online commentators argued the signs had always been there. Some claimed celebrities were making strange remarks on television that later fueled speculation, believing nobody would connect the dots. One topic that gained huge attention was the Wayfair controversy. The online furniture retailer faced viral claims after expensive industrial cabinets were listed with names matching those of real missing children. The theories spread rapidly across social media, with some people alleging money laundering or even more serious crimes. However, no credible evidence has confirmed those claims, and Wayfair denied the accusations. Even so, the controversy pulled many celebrity names into online speculation, including Ellen's. Then another viral theory exploded. Internet users compared buildings on Jeffrey Epstein's island with the set of The Ellen DeGeneres show, pointing to what they believed were similar architectural features. The side-by-side images spread everywhere, leading some people to question whether the resemblance meant anything at all.
Did you know that Ellen DeGeneres' stage set is exactly the same as on Epstein Island, with all the couches, the same colour, the same soft furnishings, palm trees, window, everything to the T? And I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Hey, aren't we getting some up now?
Getting some up now on our screen.
Yeah, there's palm trees. You're right.
But look
Okay,
at the backdrop
stripe-
behind her,
no,
striped
I know.
building,
No, Emma, there's
palm
nothing
trees.
to see here.
So don't berate her.
I'm not berating, I'm just saying.
I'm going to look further.
As Rosie began speaking more openly, many believed fresh scrutiny was headed toward Hollywood's biggest names. Whether those expectations were justified or not, public attention kept growing. Ellen had already faced major criticism over workplace allegations, losing sponsors, business opportunities, and eventually ending her daytime show.
Losing their mind.
She sounded so sincere, didn't she?
Very
She could
sincere.
Virtually choke on her words. But the best one for me is Ellen DeGeneres, who is, by the way, a very nasty person. I've had dealings with her in Australia. Could I tell you some stories about that cow? But anyway, good riddance to her. But she was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Well, this is why I say release the Diddy files.
Yeah.
Release
So,
the Diddy files.
She later described that period as feeling like she had been kicked out of show business. Then came even more public discussion as Epstein-related records continued making headlines. Subscribe for more Hollywood deep dives and stay with us because this story is far from over. Around that time, Ellen also began selling several high-value assets. She described the sales as part of her collecting interests, while critics questioned whether there were other reasons behind the timing. She sold artwork reportedly worth around $10 million, including pieces by Jean-Michel Basquiat and sculptures by François-Xavier Lalande. She also sold a California bluff-top estate for about $96 million. Another Montecito property was listed, removed, relisted at a higher price, and later reduced again, fueling more public speculation. TMZ later reported that Ellen and Portia de Rossi had relocated to the English countryside. The couple publicly linked the move to the political climate following the presidential election, saying they wanted to begin a new chapter in the Cotswolds rather than remain in the United States. Here's the twist. Ellen and Portia reportedly bought their home in England months before the presidential election. Because of that timeline, some critics questioned whether politics was the only reason for the move. Even before Epstein-related stories dominated headlines, Ellen's public image had already taken major hits.
Ellen
was like really weird and not nice to me for most of my career, and because I opened for her in the 1980s.
Oh, you did?
When she was a headliner in comedy clubs, and not way before her big fame. And so then when I would do her talk show in the 2000s, she acted like we just met. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Like, that's weird. Like,
right.
It's like, we go way back.
Looking back, many people point to those earlier controversies as warning signs. In 2020, investigations into the Ellen DeGeneres show described allegations of a toxic workplace. Some former employees claimed the environment was intimidating, while others shared stories about difficult interactions with Ellen. One makeup artist alleged that after trying to make small talk, Ellen replied, "Who do you think you are? Don't look at me." As those reports gained attention, more celebrities spoke about their own experiences or opinions. Brad Garrett, Leah Thompson, Margaret Cho, and Dakota Johnson were among those who publicly criticized Ellen or discussed negative encounters. Their comments added to the growing debate surrounding her public image. One of the most discussed figures connected to the show was Stephen "Twitch" Boss, the longtime DJ and producer. During the workplace controversy, reports claimed he publicly defended Ellen while the show faced intense criticism. His wife has since spoken about the emotional struggles he carried, saying he often kept his burdens to himself rather than sharing them with others. In December 2022, Twitch passed away. His death was ruled homicide by the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner. While some commentators have speculated about pressures in his life, there is no public evidence establishing a connection between his death and his work on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Another story that continues to draw attention involves Anne Heche, who dated Ellen in the late 1990s. Anne died following a car crash in 2022. Online reports later claimed she had been working on projects discussing her life and past relationships, though many of those claims remain unverified. Anne had previously spoken about why their relationship ended, saying, "Our forks are never going to meet. The further we stay on with this, the further we will be apart."
In May 2002, the Ellen DeGeneres show was canceled, and then 2 months later, Anne Heche, Ellen's ex-girlfriend, was in a really bad car accident where she flew her Mini Cooper into someone's house and it caught fire. And what has never sat right with me is the cross comparison between the coroner's report and the actual aerial footage. The coroner's report says that she was unconscious until her death, just from smoke inhalation and from being brain dead from the fumes in her brain. But if you look at the footage, she sits straight up, and that takes a conscious effort, I feel, but I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. But the other thing is her co-host Twitch, died 4 months after that. And I just think that that's a suspicious amount of close people around you dying in weird ways.
Anne Heche gets in this accident and I'm bereft. Now, how did I know her? She did my show twice, and she and Ellen came to my home in Miami and swam in my pool, and we had lunch once. So
Right.
I knew her, not really well, but in the celebrity vernacular, and that she was with Ellen for a while, and then how her career suffered, and her book, Call Me Crazy. There was a horribly, horribly tragic child abuse in that family, and I've always sort of felt sorry for her. So when she's dying and when that all happens, I'm legitimately bereft in a way that maybe surprised me. I'd wake up in the morning and think, oh my God, something's wrong. Oh, Anne Heche is in a coma. It was obsessive to me. So she died tragically.
Ellen's interviews with young celebrities have also been revisited. Justin Bieber appeared on the show several times, and some viewers felt certain questions about his personal struggles pushed into uncomfortable territory. During one appearance, Bieber said, "I just want people to know that that's not me." Ellen also interviewed Sean Diddy Combs on multiple occasions. Those interviews have been re-examined by some viewers in light of later allegations involving Combs. However, there is no public evidence that Ellen was involved in or had knowledge of any alleged misconduct. Joe Rogan also weighed in during a podcast discussion, arguing that Ellen's public persona felt more like a performance than reality. Referring to reports about the show's workplace, he remarked, "Ellen is rough. It's a rough one now, because she was running Abu Ghraib in the back of her show." That quote quickly spread online and became another talking point in the wider debate surrounding her reputation. Joe Rogan has spoken about what he sees as an attitude among some powerful people in Hollywood, a belief that the usual rules don't apply to them. For many viewers, that idea has shaped how they interpret later controversies. Critics have also argued that Ellen's friendly public image didn't always match accounts from some former employees and others who interacted with her behind the scenes. Those claims fueled ongoing debate about whether her television persona reflected her private behavior. As Epstein-related records continued making headlines, some commentators argued that Ellen's inclusion in broader court materials was insignificant because hundreds of names appeared in those documents. It's important to note that appearing in those records does not by itself indicate wrongdoing or criminal conduct. Even so, public discussion continued. Some researchers who study misinformation describe a tactic called information flooding, where large amounts of competing claims and arguments can make it harder for people to separate verified facts from speculation. Whether that applies in any specific case is a matter of debate. Meanwhile, reports from local media suggested that some residents in parts of the Cotswolds were unhappy about high-profile celebrities moving into the area, saying they worried about privacy and changes to the community. Rosie O'Donnell's move to Ireland also attracted attention. She has said she wanted distance from Hollywood and has become increasingly outspoken about issues she believes deserve more public attention. As Rosie put it, "The beast we're fighting is not just that round guy in an orange spray tan. It's a big cabal of powerful white men, and it's time to end it." The contrast between Rosie and Ellen became a frequent topic online. While Ellen was selling artwork and real estate and beginning a new chapter in England, Rosie was starting over in Ireland and speaking more openly about her views. At its core, this story isn't just about one celebrity. It's about public image, loyalty, and the way powerful figures are judged when allegations and controversies become part of the conversation. Ellen DeGeneres built one of television's biggest daytime shows around the message, "Be kind." After the workplace controversy and the end of her show, that brand faced heavy criticism, and many people began questioning whether it matched the experiences described by former employees. The sales of Ellen's artwork and properties also fueled speculation online. While some critics viewed those decisions as meaningful, there is no public evidence establishing that the sales were connected to any criminal investigation or wrongdoing. Questions about Hollywood culture continue to spark debate. Some believe influential people stayed silent for years, while others argue it's important to separate verified facts from rumors and speculation as new information emerges. If you want more Hollywood deep dives, subscribe for more videos and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.